Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I'm going to share with you today a savvy way to feed your giant African land snails. This plant you're seeing is actually a herb and they're called dandelions, and their scientific name is called Tarizacum. You find them growing in the wild, in the fields or at the side of the road. Now what you actually need is the flower and the leaves of this plant for your giant African land snail. So you just pluck them in and put them in a container. So here are the dandelions that I plucked. Now you've got to be very, very careful when you're preparing them. You don't want to introduce things from the outside. For example, these are spinach from my garden, and there's actually a snail there I got that was actually on the spinach itself. I'll put that to one side, I'll deal with that later. So that's the whole reason that you have to be very careful when you bring these kind of things. You want to feed your snails with them. So what I'm doing is, because I've pulled up the roots with some of them, some people classify them as a weed, I'm actually plucking the leaves and the flowers and just checking to make sure there's no bugs in them or anything that can harm the snails. So you can pluck as much as you want. You can actually pluck them, or you can actually pull them from the roots. They will still grow back anyway, where you pluck them from. You can actually find them. You find them a lot where when the sun's out, the flowers come out. So like I said, I'm just preparing these for the snails. I did pluck quite a lot. It looks like quite a lot, but it's not a lot. So as you see, another little insect there, another snail, which is not the same species of what I've got. So you've got to be very, very careful. You don't want to introduce anything that is foreign, not foreign, but anything that is not, how can I put it, that can harm your snails. So you've got to be, sometimes you get spiders, and you can get creepy crawlies, ladybirds, you can get bees that hide themselves in the flowers. And also because the soil's coming from the outside and you don't know what's inside the soil, what harmful bacteria are in the soil, so you've got to also be very, very careful with that. So I'm just plucking away and just making sure that I use as much as the dandelions as I can while I'm doing that. So the next thing you have to do is to make sure that you wash your dandelions. So that's what I'm doing. Make sure you wash them thoroughly to get out, like I said, any insects or anything that might be with the dandelions. Just make sure you wash it thoroughly. And also in some places they spray, because they're classified as weeds, they spray insecticide, and so you need to clean that off so it won't be harmful to your snails. Now that you've washed your dandelions, the next thing for you to do is to feed them to your snails. Now I tend to sprinkle mine around. I just throw it into the tank. Excuse my camera work. I'm still learning how to position the camera and so you can see what's going on. I will share some more savvy ways to feed your giant African land snails. So this is just part one of many parts. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, so that you'll be one of the first to be notified when I do make a new video. Also, feel free to drop me a message and to comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.